welcome to day 20 of Vlogmas. I have a little confession to make. This is my second time of recording today's Vlogmas. I've just gone to edit it and get it all sorted and put it up, and there was no sound. So just as well, I wasn't recording my reaction when I discovered there was no sound to my video because my language was a little bit choice. So I was so annoyed because obviously I've recorded unboxing 5 days of my bag maker's box, and I'm really excited about some of the things that are in the 5 days that I have opened. And obviously my reaction was my initial reaction to opening them, and yeah, there is no sound. So I'm just going to have to go back and refilm what I chatted about, and then obviously just share with you the 5 things that I have from my box and what I opened. I can't even remember what days were which, if I'm completely honest with you, because I have zero memory. I can't remember what I did yesterday or anything. I have really bad memory. So yeah, anybody that follows me on a regular basis will know that me and technology fall out on a regular basis. And for some reason, it just likes to really keep me on my toes. So for whatever reason, I do not know, you know, I have everything set up so that normally I can just click and go and it works. And yeah, today it just didn't. So me and Andy have literally just had a quick test run. I've just done a couple of little quick recordings. I've got him to come in and listen. I've got one headphone in, he has the other headphone in, and just checking that the sound is working, and we are all good. So anyway, what did I chat about on day 20 of Vlogmas? I chatted about the fact that I am a really bad vlogger, and that it's been 5 days since I last vlogged. I'm probably going to rethink how I do Vlogmas next year. Hopefully I won't get sick next year, although I always get sick in December. It just always happens. I think it happens for lots of people, but yes, I have been very sick this year. So hopefully that won't happen next year, but I think possibly rethinking how I film it is going to be on the cards. 2 reasons. One, it is very hard to sustain daily filming, and second of all, I am actually really liking having multiple things to open, like not just opening one thing. So I think, you know, maybe filming a couple of days and putting it out so I have a couple of things to open, or maybe having multiple advent boxes, you know, who knows, maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I'm going to maybe sort of rethink Vlogmas next year. Maybe what I might do is kind of have some videos that I have pre-recorded for in between, and then do more vlog style videos sort of every 3 days or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna sort of, I've got 11 months to think about it, haven't I? So we shall see. I mean, obviously it's the first year that I've done it, so you know, every experience is a learning experience. So I mean, I've enjoyed it. It's just been hard work. So but anyway, I have got news, because I have made a bag with my Rouched vinyl. I've made a decision. I've actually made 2 decisions. They're both the same decision. But yes, so when I was chatting to you guys, well, I was chatting to the camera, but I was imagining you guys. And I was talking about the bag that I'd made, the Netty by Aura Rosa, which I do love. It is around somewhere, probably hidden somewhere. I do love that bag, but it definitely isn't big enough for me. And I was talking about the bag that I'd made last year for my wedding. That just, I do love it. It obviously holds a really special place in my heart. It holds a special place in my heart because I made it for my wedding, and obviously my wedding was one of the best days of my life, and so I'm always going to really love that bag. But I also love it because it was the perfect size. I love the shape, I love the style. I actually really enjoyed making it, and I was like, well, why don't you just make another one? And I think I had it in my head that I wanted to make a new pattern because I am wanting to work my way through the patterns that I've got. I am wanting to push myself out of my comfort zone because I do like being in my comfort zone. But I was like, I do love this vinyl as well, and I don't want to make the wrong choice. So I decided that I was just going to make a sky at 120%, which is what I made it for the bag that I made for my wedding. And that's what I did. I also decided to do it there and then, straight after I filmed and uploaded that vlog, which was at about 9 o'clock, 9:30, 5 days ago, which probably wasn't one of my better decisions because I was really tired. But it all came out great. I'm really, really pleased with them. So 2 seconds, I'll get them and I'll show you them. So this is the first one. So I have made it with the ruched sort of pattern on the diagonal. So I had to cut it on the diagonal because with it being at 120%, I couldn't fit the pattern pieces sort of with the grain, for want of a better word, this way. I had to do it this way to fit the pattern pieces on. And I'm really quite pleased with it. Now, I have pretty much been able to match the ruches up on this side. They look like they are out, but when you flatten it, they are actually perfectly aligned. But then on the front, they look a little bit out. But you know what? I can live with it. I absolutely love, love, love this bag. I cut the flap on the diagonal as well. And I absolutely adore how it's turned out. I had a little bit of a muck up with placing the clasp. I was chatting with the people on the club live the other night who I was showing this to, and I was doing the math not in my head, I actually did it on the calculator for where to place the magnetic snap. So sorry, I need a cough. Hopefully I'll have edited that out. So I remembered when I'd made my wedding bag, I wasn't quite happy with the placement of the magnetic snap. It needed to be a tiny little bit further down. And I obviously hadn't calculated it at 120%. I'd just placed it in the same spot as for the large. It's like, you must remember to make the calculations to put the magnetic snap at 120. Right. So do the math. So I got the calculator out, and I was, 2 3/4 times 120%. And instead of putting 0.75, I put 0.34, as in like 3/4, 3/4. And I was just like, dead man. And I was like, this is what you get for making things really late at night and when you should have gone to bed instead. But I knew if I'd gone to bed, I would have been thinking about this all night. So my magnetic snap, although slightly closer to where it needs to be, still isn't where it should have been. It needs to be about 1/2 inch, I reckon, further down. But I have actually sort of filled it with everything that I would have in it when I'm going out, and then sort of once it's filled with everything, the placement does actually work out okay. You'll notice that I don't have any sort of like D-rings or connectors on it, and that is because when I go out and have like a clutch bag, I don't wear a wristlet, I don't wear a strap or anything. I do have it as a clutch. I like to keep my bag really close to me. So these came together really, really quickly. probably would have come together quickly if I'd done the math right, but never mind. You'll notice that I have used the fabric from a previous bag maker's box as well. I did think about using the purple hardware, like the like handmade tag, but I decided I wanted to keep it all black. So they're going to be used for something different. So then I had enough to make another one with this vinyl cut on the straight. There was literally just enough to cut another flap, and then I had enough of this black vinyl to make the body. And then I've got this fabric, which is from Rainbow Fabrics, to make the lining. So I just kind of made it up exactly the same way. I did the math right on this snap. So this one is placed just at 1/2 inch further down, and I think it does just sit right. So yeah, so I actually have two that are pretty much identical. And I just think like this one is obviously, you know, I can use this one if I'm, you know, really wanting to glam something up. It's a little bit more chic and a little bit more dressy. And then this one, I don't know, a little bit more understated. You know, so if I'm wearing something a little bit more dressed up and I don't want this to sort of clash and overpower, I can go with this one. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with both of these. I absolutely love them. I'm so pleased that I didn't rush into making something that I wouldn't have been happy with. And I'm so pleased that I went with another sky. I do love this pattern. So yeah, so they are the bags that I made with my Rouched vinyl. What was the other thing I chatted about? Oh yes, failed lunch bag. I can't remember if I showed this on my last vlog or whether I just shared it on the community tab, but I'd made this lunch bag as sort of a tester for a project for a Christmas present that I have in mind for somebody, and it needs to be personalised, it needs to be made a certain way. So I was looking for a pattern, and I was looking at, I think it's called the Munch Box by Studio 77, but it had more pockets and what have you than what I needed it to have. I needed something that had quite a big space on the top because I needed to embroider something on it. So I went with this one, which is by Also Petite. I'll put a link in the description box down below. So made that one as a test run, went together really easily. I made it in an afternoon, and it was the first time I'd made it. So went ahead with the project for the Christmas present, embroidered the first panel, then realised I'd embroidered it the wrong way around. It's like typical. Embroidered the second panel, started putting it together. I decided that I wanted to stitch down the handles because the person who it's for may well overload this lunch bag. And then it was literally when I came to the last piece, as I was I was literally sort of, I think I was showing Andy something, and then it realised in my head that I'd stitched the handles down the wrong way. And I was like, oh. So I was like, it's like I should be able to unpick it, but then I couldn't unpick it because I was making it in vinyl, so you could see all the stitch marks. I tried to use a bit of heat to get rid of the stitch marks, and then the vinyl just all shrunk back, and I was just like, so I'm going to have to start again. So the embroidery machine and everything had been put away, and yeah, so now it needs to come back out again. And so I need to restitch that panel. I don't have any vinyl of that colour left, so I'm going to have to rethink the colour and basically my life choices. So, but it is, I think, the last thing that I have to make for Christmas. So I'm going to try and get that done I probably won't get it done tomorrow. It will probably be Sunday. It might even be Monday, because I am going out with a friend tomorrow for lunch and a few drinks. And the way the last week's been, it might be a few drinks. So I might not be well enough on Sunday, because I am the type of person that has 2 drinks and has a hangover from hell. I didn't used to be, but I am now. So it might be Monday. So yeah, so that's basically what's been happening in my world, other than lots and lots of website stuff. So hence why there hasn't really been much vlogging, because there hasn't really been much to kind of chat about, because it's all been very boring. As people will know, I have been rejigging the website, and my plan had been just to kind of plod away, do an hour a day on it, so that it wasn't really a big mammoth, boring, mundane task. But what I'd found was, by just kind of doing little bits, it was taking so much longer, because I was stopping and starting, and I was just kind of getting into a flow, and then I was stopping, I was coming back to it, and then I was missing steps, and then I was having to go back, and it was just, yeah, I was just finding it was actually taking me twice as long. So over the last sort of 2 days or so, I have just sat down, plodded my way through. So I've just kind of reconfigured it a little bit, took a lot of stuff out that didn't need to be there, freshened up some of the colours, make it a little bit more modern, and yeah, and basically done a lot of geeky stuff to try and make it work better with Google. And yeah, it's extremely boring to talk about. It's not for me, because I'm a little bit of a geek and I get quite geeky about it, but I know that you guys would just be like, Deb, we're not interested, we just want to come and buy all the pretty bling. So that's kind of what my world has been about in the last few days. So I mean, by all means, if you want to go and have a look at the pretty new colours and the new layout, by all means go and have a look. You will see it has elements of the old website. It looks very similar, it just looks a little bit fresher. It's like it's had a little bit of Botox, is how I'm thinking of it. So yeah, that's kind of why I haven't been vlogging, because there hasn't been a lot of sewing going on. It's just been lots of boring, sitting in front of the computer and occasionally getting up so that my bum doesn't go numb. So, and then we'll move on to the exciting unwrapping of exciting bag makers box, which have obviously already been unwrapped, and I'm sitting looking at them still as excited as I was when I unwrapped them. I just have obviously already unwrapped them. So I'm just kind of going to show you them in some sort of order. I'm going to save the best for last, because when I opened what I think is the best out of this 5, my reaction was like, Emma, you beauty, like you absolute beauty. So I'm going to save that bit, so basically so that you watch to the end and my watch time's better and it's better for the algorithm, is what I'm saying. So first up, and in the same amazing colourway, like finish as all of the other hardware, I got a magnetic snap. So it's an 18mm magnetic snap. It's in the same, let's say, that beautiful slightly matte black, deep black finish. It's very, very slim. I don't know whether you can kind of see how slim that is, but very strong. It's a very strong magnet. So the project that I'm thinking of using all of this for, I'm thinking of making a new trailblazer. I might have to try and hit Emma up and ask her if I can, if she's still got any bits and pieces kind of lying around, if I can buy a few bits, because I think I might need a couple of extra triangle rings and lobster clasps. So Emma, expect a message. If you're watching this later, I might have already messaged you. And then we have as well, hopefully you can see this, is a Handmade tag, and it's in the same design as the beautiful purple ones that we got last box before. hopefully, like I say, that's shown up on the camera when I've shown, because everything's here. If I change through the camera, you're going to see. I'll change through the camera in a minute and show you from the upside down angle on that as well, just so you can get a bit of a clearer look. But again, that's that same beautiful finish. This beautiful zipper tape. Again, the teeth is in the same finish, so it all matches beautifully. And then this webbing, that again, the colourways just all go together so well. And this webbing matches the other zipper tape and the water resistant canvas that we got, you know, days and days and days ago. So I'm putting them to one side. And then what I do think is the piece de resistance of my 5 days of opening. So it's been 5 days since I vlogged, and I have been very good. I've not been opening my box in between. I am opening my box as I go. So my previous video that I filmed, which there was no sound, I did open everything on camera. I opened this, and it's a zipper overlay, a glittery zipper overlay. And you might say, why are you so excited for a zipper overlay when you've got zipper overlays behind you hanging on your thing? But I mean, it's glittery for a start. And this is 7.5 inch. I don't have a 7.5 inch one, but I've recently discovered that I like using 3/8 openings. I did always used to use 1/2 inch openings, but I've discovered I like using 3/8 inch openings. And I tend to use 7 inch overlay quite a bit. Now I have in my sets there 2 sets. I have the 3/8 and a 1/2 inch set, but my 7 inch in my 3/8 opening set is actually a 1/2 inch set. So I have 2 7 inch openings that are 1/2 inch deep, so I don't have a 3/8 one. So that's why I got that excited when I opened that, because I was like, oh, it's a 3/8 one, and I mean it's 7.5 inches, so I'm just going to have to change it up and start using 7.5 inches as a standard. But yeah, and I mean, no, because normally what I do is I just measure out, and then I just kind of cut them out, and I usually just cut my overlays out square. 2 reasons: 1, it's easier to cut, and 2, it means when I sew it, I just drop my needle and I pivot, and so I don't have to sew on the round, because I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not lazy, I'm efficient. I like speed. But by having this, I'm going to have to start sewing on the round a little bit more and up my sewing skills and upskill myself. So thank you, Emma. But I just think this is beautiful. I'll take it out of the packet. Still haven't been to get my nails done. I'm shotgun. I can't. I'm one of them women that I hate getting my nails done. Hate getting my hair done. I haven't had my hair cut in over a year. The last time I got my hair cut was for my wedding. In all fairness, the girl who cuts my hair did say to me, I'll message you when I know my partner's shift, so I know when I can fit you in, and I haven't heard from her since. So, like, yeah. And so I haven't had my hair cut in a year. So yeah, that is, it's just so pretty. I love it. It's gorgeous. So I promise, Emma, I will use this all the time. 7.5 inch overlays will become my standard. I will stop being lazy and stop doing square overlays so that I can just pivot my needle, and I will up my sewing game and start sewing on the round. But yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. I'm going to switch over to the other camera so that I can show you this, because I think it does pick up, I'm still coughing, I'm so sorry, a little bit better with the white behind. So you can see it says Handmade, and yeah, and it has the scissors and it's all pretty. So, and then there you can see the overlay. It's just, yeah, I just think Emma has, she's just not, I am so sorry, I can't seem to get rid of this cough. She's just knocking it out of the park with this advent box. I did see that she had some mini boxes available with some supplies, not all, but some available. So I will post a link just basically to her website so that you can go on and have a look to see what is available, and you can see if there's any left. So yeah, sorry today there's been a little bit of a mismatch of videos that I've recorded with sound and videos that haven't. Like I say, me and technology are not always friends. We fall out on a regular basis, which isn't great considering I rely on technology so much for what I do. So I am going to go and have a throat sweet and a cup of tea, and I might go back to doing a little bit of website work for an hour, because I just kind of want to get it done now. And then I'm going to go out with my friend tomorrow, as I say, something to eat and a few drinks, and then hopefully get my other present done and finished, and then I should be all sorted for Christmas. So I will see you in a few days. Hope everybody's been having a lovely couple of days since I chatted to you last. Hope it's involved lots of sewing and nice things, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.